Hey everyone, let me just show you the different raised gardens I do have. I have very different kinds of raised gardens. So these are my metal raised gardens that I got from Amazon for about 35 bucks on sale. They're usually around like 40 bucks or so, but I do like them. I've had them for, this is my second year, and they've been doing really well. And what I like about it is the two bars on here for support. Sometimes I'll use that as planting. So I'll plant one thing here, one thing in the middle, and one thing there. So I can have like three different crops here and kind of have them separated. Or I could just do all the crops for one thing, just have one crop. And there's just so many different ways you can do in a raised garden like this. Over here I have cinder blocks, so I was kind of trying to do a square foot gardening. But what I like about the cinder blocks is they do have holes here in the middle that I'm trying out strawberries, kind of how they're doing. So not even just inside the garden, you can do it inside the little wall here. You can put little strawberries here and just check them out, see how they're growing. But you can make these as big as you want, as small as you want. That's why I do like them. You can get the cinder blocks for a couple bucks, and it kind of just depends on how big you want the cinder blocks. And you can do so many different shapes. You can do U shapes, you can do square like I have here. There's just so many different opportunities that you can do with these cinder blocks here. And here I've had probably, I want to say it's like a 6 foot by 4 foot. So I'm able to do different crops throughout here and have whatever spacing that I need to do to grow my crops. Now this is one of the things that actually was my brother's idea. And we had all these little bricks at the house when we bought the house. So like, what are we gonna do with them? So we just sort of added a little bit of cement in between the little bricks and just made 4 different walls. And this has been here for maybe 15, 16 years at least. And it's kept up throughout the whole time, which is really nice. If you were gonna buy them individually, it could probably be pretty expensive maybe. But you can make your raised garden as big as you want or as small as you want. So, and what I like about the raised gardens is I've got just cattle panel around the sides, so I can have my beans going up, and they'll just stake right at the edges, and which is really nice. And I can have my other crops right in the middle here. On my corn, I have wooden sides here, and what I like about them is just sometimes it could be, right now wood is a little bit more inexpensive and it adds a little bit more character to it. They may not last as long as like maybe a cinder block or metal raised gardens, but I like to have something a little bit different, adds a little bit more character. And they do really well for my corn here, as you can see, and they just look very nice. And if you can find something maybe to paint here that's not toxic to plants and stuff like that, you can paint them. Just make sure you check to see what's safe and what's not safe for plants. There's no one way or two ways to do raised gardens. You can have them however you want. You can get metal raised gardens. You can go as low as like maybe $30, $35 for a raised garden, maybe even less, to as high as $700 I've seen. So there's so many different options. Bricks, cinder blocks, wood, probably things I don't even know or realize. But that's what the great thing about gardening is. You can just do it however you want. You know, if something you like, make it work, you know. And it's sort of a trial and error to see what works out, what doesn't. But that's the fun thing about gardening. It's just there's so many ways that you can just do gardening, and I love it. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.